Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Chairman Tuna Team. I'm sorry about this late upload, and I know I was going to multi-upload, but I changed my mind because tomorrow is going to be the day that the game comes out. You guys know what game I'm talking about by the title. And MLB, the show 16. I want to be able to show it off to you guys. I want to be able to record the videos and show you, because I kind of like the way I want to show you. I want to be able to show you guys every detail and everything in it. I'm going to go through things like the stadiums. I want to go through things like the rosters, the lineups, some of the best players to use in Diamond Dynasty. I'm probably going to bring you guys some Diamond Dynasty tomorrow. I'll definitely be bringing you some Road to the Show and some franchise. I'm going to be trying a whole lot tomorrow to get some videos out for you guys. I know you guys are going to be like, well, that's a whole lot of uploading and a lot of videos, and you've never done that before. What about your enjoyment of playing the game yourself? Well, the earlier I get the game tomorrow, the more videos they'll out. If I get it, early tomorrow, like by noon or something like that, then I'll, probably have, a lot of videos out for you guys tomorrow. I'll update you guys on everything on Twitter. So, I'll leave the link down to my Twitter down below as well. Let's see here. Real quick, I'm just going to run over the things I'm going to go over tomorrow, and the things that you quickly just need to know a little bit about. I went over a lot of it on the last video I did, discussing the things you need to know about MLB The Show 16, but I kind of got into a long discussion about Diamond Dynasty, so I never got to really cover everything in a short little period of time. A lot of you guys just didn't get to see all that, so I'm just going to kind of go over that real quick right here. So basically, in Diamond Dynasty, you guys do have Conquest Mode and Battle Royale. Then in Road to the Show, they've added in Showtime, they've added in Perks, and they have a new way of playing Road to the Show. It's called Hybrid, so that's going to be really nice to check out. Let's see here. Something else is franchise mode. You have player morale, which is basically you have things. I'll go into that tomorrow, but you have these kind of like their personality traits about them and the way they want to go about having things go on their team. Now, I don't know if you're able to change that when you create a player or whatever, but I know you can't do it when you edit a player. So once you hop in the franchise mode, basically you have to try and make your players happy with contracts. If they wanted a teammate from the same region or just area, state or whatever, as them. And that's something that they added in this year was they you don't just have U.S. born or internationally born. They have it as you can be born from the States to at sea. Literally, there is an option where you were born at sea. Hi, mateys. Alright, so, something else that they added in was a new camera angle for batting. It's called fisheye. It's actually really cool. It's to improve your eye at the plate, and it works very well, actually, because from what I've seen, anyways, it's working well for a lot of the people who have been testing out the game. I believe IGN is the one I really watched closely, and he said that he was with Ramon Russell at the time, and he's like, wow, I can, normally I'd be swinging those pitches, and those pitches going just out of the strike zone, and then he's not swinging, but then there have been some YouTubers who don't like the new batter eye, batting view, angle like thing, and that's fine. It's just, the point of that is to increase your eye, I guess you can say. It's to increase how good you are at the plate, really, when it comes to discipline and your eye, how well you're able to lay off pitches, and how well you're able to get on top of pitches, uh, and not not just get on top of them, but hit them perfectly. You'll be able to or distinguish like a fire. Distinguish. You'll be able to distinguish, not extinguish, distinguish the difference between a breaking ball and a fastball. Which, you got fastballs with a four-seam, running fastball, two-seam fastball, cutter, sinker. Some people even consider a slider is kind of like a fastball. It's kind of like you're going through your vowels. They say sometimes Y. Well, sometimes slider can kind of count as a fastball. Uh, but for the most part, it is a breaking ball. But that's kind of why they have the slurve, because that's more of the breaking ball version of it. And then there's the curveball, 12-6 curveball, and those are just some examples of breaking balls that are in the game, aside from the changeup and the Vulcan change and the 50 billion other changeups that they have in the game. You'll be able to distinguish between fastball and breaking ball, which is very interesting. If you're able to distinguish between a high-speed pitch and a low-speed pitch, it's really good. You want to be able to distinguish those two, because in Diamond Dynasty, the lag is one thing, but if you're able to kind of counter that with a little bit, you'll be able to, actually see the ball better, and it's not deceptive or as deceptive as it was before. So it's really nice. They actually redid all of the camera angles pretty much. They have the camera angle from last year. It's called MLB 15 The Show. Then they have a new camera angle, which is called MLB The Show 16, which is a little bit different from 15 The Show. And then they have fisheye, and then all the other batting angles, batting views. They've redone those. It's pretty much the same, but just a little bit different, kind of just to help you out with your eye and everything at the plate. Let's see here. What's going on with my necklace? All right. Let's see here. What else is there? Did I go over? Let's see here. They redid the directional hitting, which basically, when you're doing directional hitting, instead of it just being that yellow kind of like line, there's actually an arrow. So it actually is much more, it's more clear this year, what you're going to be doing. There is, directional hitting, some people were like, is that where you're going to be swinging your bat? We know zone hitting does that, but is that what directional hitting is? And now this year we're able to distinguish between the difference between directional and zone. And basically zone hitting is, of course, zone hitting, it's where you swing the bat. And my favorite is wedge, by the way, because it seems like it's in the shape of the barrel of the bat, and it's got the dot in the middle, so it's a sweet spot right there. So, then of course you got the reticle, and those are two of the ones that people are using right now. And then in directional, you basically is angling where you want where you want to angle the ball to go, where you want the ball to travel. So if you want to hit a home run, you want to be, kind of going, using your directional hitting, where the pitch is going. So let's say the ball's going up in the zone. If you used your directional hitting up, you might hit a home run. If the ball is going down and away, something like that, and you use directional hitting and you put it right on there, you might hit a ground ball. But if you go directional hitting down and the pitch is right down the middle, you're gonna hit a fly ball. More on the line drive side though. So it is you are able to distinguish between what exactly you're doing. Is it where you're swinging the bat or where you're going to be angling the ball to go? And I believe that's all I have right now for MLB The Show 16 news-wise. Home run derby. That's the last thing I'm going to quickly go over for a few seconds. Home run derby, they've redone that where it has time. and that's what they did last year to try and shorten up the home run derbies. So you have different options of time on the clock. I don't know all of them off the top of my head. I think there's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and maybe even 5 minutes, I think. Yeah. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and 5 minutes, I think. And then there might not be a 2-minute option. I'm not sure exactly what they are, but I know they have like a 3-minute, 4-minute option. I think they have a 5-minute option and a 2-minute option. Might not have a 2-minute. I'm not completely sure about the 2-minute option though, but 3 and 4 and 5-minute options I'm pretty sure are there, or I'm 100% sure are there. Let's see here. There is stoppage time, so when there's less than a minute, minute and a half remaining, if you hit a home run, the clock actually stops. And if the next pitch you hit a home run, the clock is still stopped. Until you get another out, the clock is stopped. And once you hit a home run, or hit the ball, and it doesn't make it out, in fair territory, of course, and it's not well, let me just say this: if you hit the ball and it's not a home run, then the clock will start going again because we don't have outs anymore, so you can't call it an out anymore. So if you hit a home run, the clock is still stopped. If you hit the ball and it's not a home run, the clock keeps on going. I don't know what happens if you just lay off the pitch, but the clock will keep on going or start up again, on depending if you hit a home run before or not. And let's see here. Then there's bonus time, which if you hit the ball 475 feet, I believe, you get a minute and 30 seconds of bonus time, which is really, really, really cool. That's a really nice feature that they added in to make it even more realistic of the bonus time. They don't have the, instead of having the 30 seconds break, they have the stoppage time, which I find really convenient and really nice, because it's kind of like the equivalent of, taking that break. So, yeah, there's that. Considering how many home runs people usually hit in stoppage, or you will hit in stoppage time, it's about the equivalent of 30 seconds anyways. So, that's a really nice feature that they added in the stoppage time, and just a home run derby in general. Going to be at Petco Park, and that is San Diego, and it's made by Sony San Diego Studios, which is nice. And there's some big features about the ballparks that I'm glad to bring you tomorrow, including a feature about Great America Ballpark. They finally added in after it being out for like 7 years now. So they had it. They could have put it in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. Now they're adding it in 2016, and the first year of it being there was like 2008, 2009. So I'm glad they added it in this year. And some of you guys will know what that is, and that makes me pumped up about Great American Ballpark this year. They really did a lot of the same things, but I'll get into that tomorrow. And if you guys are pumped up for the show tomorrow, I have a lot of videos out for you guys, hopefully tomorrow. I'm not going to make any promises, but hopefully I'll be able to get a lot of them out. And yeah, I'll see you all later.